Hi, and thank you for joining me. It's Michelle Letters from Nantucket, and I am sharing with you today another mail making process video. Super excited. Today's piece is really focused around some leftover bits and pieces from previous Planner Society kits. I am creating sort of one of my favorite styles, which is a folded card with an envelope page insert, and then I'm also putting in an acetate page that I will mark with a tab to give my book some fun transparent dimensions and a little bit of interest. So this Target dollar spot card that you see now with the yellow envelope is actually the page that I'm going to assemble into the book along with the acetate page. I'm going to give you a nice visual of right now. This mail, I really just wanted it to be poppy and fun, focusing on greens and yellows and flowers. It was not a terrible winter on Nantucket, but definitely a gray one. So I welcomed spring with open arms this year, and a lot of the mail that I have been sending out recently focused on that. So all of the washi tapes I'm using, papers, pages, things, everything is as bright and floral and cheerful as possible. So what I am starting here is the first thing I'm going to put on is this acetate page, and I actually cut the washi for both sides at the same time, and I bind this into the center of the card, as you'll see in a minute, to give it a really good sturdy stick into the book. I did not realize when I was making this that there was a plastic sheet protector on that acetate page, so it added a fun, clunky step to the process of trying to take the tape off and then get it back going. But you can see, I mean, there is no perfection to my art here. I really just try and get the sheets as close to the center as possible and secure them in there as best I can. And when using a sheet that's translucent, I just try and line up the washi so that, you know, one side of tape isn't sticking out over the other, but that the edges match up, giving it sort of a nice, clean, simple look. And I do like to washi down every page or insert separately again, just to try and keep it as strong as possible. And when I'm using washi for the binding, I do sort of take note of what I'm picking, and I try and use washi that I know is strong and does not come undone. I think we all have those washi rolls that, for whatever reason, the stick isn't very good, and they often are the first to sort of start rolling off the page or come undone and when you're working on a project. So I definitely stick with ones that I know are going to stick and have really great adhesive. So those for me, it's actually a set of Liberty of London washi tape that a friend brought back for me. Thanks, Jess. As well as a few other just sort of basic washi patterns like that crosshatch on the aqua that I know will stick. And then to create my page using the envelope, what I actually did was I sealed the envelope for that Target dollar spot card, and then I just trimmed the top off so that my pen pal would actually see the cool yellow, I guess, lip of the envelope. And then as we get further along in the process, I'm actually going to take the card and only stick the back side of the card into the envelope and then flap the front over that sheet so that it creates a nice sort of graphic element that flips through. The back pocket, this is sort of my preferred method of creating a pocket. It does bulk a card up, so just beware depending on the thickness of the nail piece that you're going for. But I really do prefer having a pocket that has a folded seam because you can stick more stuff in it and it adds really great dimension to the piece. I'm reinforcing this one with double-sided tape as well as glue to make sure it's really sticky. And because I'm using glue after I assemble this whole card, I'm actually going to put some paperweights on top of it and leave it for a couple of days so that it has time to dry. In the front fold, I'm going to create another pocket, and then from there I am going to start decorating. I'm going to leave you for that. I have a tendency to hand over a stream of consciousness to all of you as I go through the process, and if you've joined me before, I think you sort of have seen my style enough to know where I'm coming from, and sort of what my little tricks of the trade are. If you're new, I am an observer, so hopefully you won't miss me as you watch the rest of this piece as it gets made. Again, this was a really fun piece for me. I created it after a bit of a lull in mail making, between travel and work and life. There was a good 4 or 5 week period where I was still creating but not having as much time to make mail and respond to my pen pals. So this piece was really fun for me because it sort of got me back into the pen pal swing of things. Do enjoy. Thank you for watching me. If you have questions, please leave them below. Shoot me an email. Like, subscribe, follow along on Instagram, and I hope you have a wonderful day and create beautiful little projects.